Hello everyone, my name is Athanasius Brilliant Sringoringo. I'm from class 12-3. I want to present about my homework and English task about these presentations. And in fact, this presentations was made in 20 January 2026. So now I have the perfect chance to explain and present it to everyone, all of you guys. Let's just hop into the next slide. So, in this presentations, we'll talk about the global query matchmakings that usually we found that in a game. So, a players meet a players and they pair them into a space or an experience to fight each other. So that's just a basic examples. But in today's, we are going to put this in a Roblox platform. So first of all, we are going to talk about the tools and the models that we actually need during the process, and of course the instructions, the clear instructions during the process, along with the process. And the third one is the final results will be explained too at the end of the presentations. And also we are going to take some notes about the code. Of course, in this presentation we're including some codes of that's quite important, and some important informations that related to the project that we have done. Okay, so next slide. So first of all, you are highly recommended and suggested to know the basic of Lua code and the pragma, because in Roblox environment we are quite need Lua a lot. So make sure you know just the basic one, not need to be so advanced on Lua. As long you know the basic, you are safe. Okay, that's the first thing that you need. And the second one, that's my sister. The study environment, we're going to need a Roblox Studio versions. The version number is listed over there, over here. You guys can see. And then you also need a high-end PC. You don't need a really high-end fancy PC like a gaming PC. No, you just actually just the high-end PC. So a cup of coffee if it's necessary. If it's necessary, just as long you are stay on focus, because these presentations will explain a lot and much about the code. So let's move on to the next slide again. Okay, a little disclaimer. This presentation assumes the readers have made their necessary GUI for the game. So this presentation doesn't really explain about the huge elements inside your game, and make sure that your game already create all element components related to the game design and about the user interface and such like button and GUI and any other stuff. So we don't really talk about how to make a button over here, how to make like a display or a billboard, something like that. No, we are not. We just focus on talking about how to make the matchmaking system. Okay. Next. So first of all, of course, you need to create your experience, your games. Just basically, while you start to make an experience, you will see this view for people who have quite experience on playing Roblox Studio. They have actually knows this. So this is the first step, and the next step is focus on the explorer. So as you can see, there are like workspace, player, lighting, material surface, replicated first, and many other things. But here, you just need to make sure click the replicated storage twice. After that, you will see like a new explorer again, which is like this, and search on the search bar remote event. Okay, and you will see these two object, remote event and enrollable in remote event. Pick the remote event, or in short, just pick the first one. We will not need this the second one, because it is not included inside the presentations. And the temporary view will be eventually like this. You will get this GUI events. Actually, we will get just like the remote event. That's the name that you will get, but you can rename it whatever you want, just pressing the F2, and you will change it to GUI event like this. Okay, everything is clear. So on the next step, we do the same step, but in here we need to focus on the server script service. Do the same trick, click it twice, and you will give like an explorer, just search for the script, and then you will eventually find the script, put it, and locate it inside of the server script service. Okay, go ahead inside the script, click it twice, and you need to copy paste all these all line codes. Well, I will not explain the code line by line, but I will show you the flowcharts. So the code works like this. It starts first taking some variables, some services, or some player settings that will be necessary later on, and after that, of course, if you want to try to matchmaking with other players, you need to press the button, right? So check if the button is pressed. Whatever button is this, it's based on your the name of the button that you have made inside your game. So after the button is pressed, push this player's ID into the queue bucket. Okay. So in short, the program started. Check if the button is pressed, and the third one is push the player's ID into the query bucket. Just simple as like that. So this flowchart is actually explain all this code. Okay, this is just a simple part. The next complex part is coming. So this is the complicated one. So I will not explain it line by line. I will just explain how it works, the flowchart. So it's just be like this. First of all, the program start again, and then after that, you run a function that which delay 2 seconds here, and after that, you take your players from the queue bucket that we have pushed on with the player's ID from the buttons that we have pressed before. So if there are 2 players, we are going to pair these 2 players. Okay, so these 2 players will be paired and teleported into a specific place where that place is the location for they to fight each other. Okay, and after that, the function start over. Delay 2 seconds, take 2 players from the bucket, and then pair them, and then teleport these 2 players into a specific place, and start over again. Delay, take, pair, teleport. Delay, take, pair, teleport. So this function is just looping itself every 2 seconds, just like that. So this complex code, in short, just make this thing happen. If you want to see the code, how does it look like, you can just pause the video and like copy paste or type it like line by line, suit yourself. And then, yep, quite simple, right? It at the first, maybe for an experienced coder, it's just quite simple, but for a beginner, to be honest, this is not really beginner friendly, but if you really wanted to make it, yeah, I think this is a good start. So there is some weakness in some code, like lack of speed. Actually, whenever we push a player's ID into the queue bucket, actually the queue bucket only can maintain 200 data or player's ID at the same time. So if your game is somehow is really famous or really big, maybe like the game reaches more than just say like 1,000 or 2,000 or more, maybe even luckily, the code won't really that efficient since the queue bucket only contain 2 players ID at the same time. So I suggest that you need to more than 1 bucket variable, maybe like 2 bucket or 3 bucket or even more. And yeah, maybe that doesn't sound really efficient, but this is the most beginner friendly code that I can explain it to you guys. And also there's like a time delay, a time gap between the player's ID when we request for the 2 players that have been entered the queue and need to check that data back. Actually, there is like 500 milliseconds gap, or in short, we say like half seconds. Maybe for some persons that is fast, but as experienced coder, that is quite long. A half second is a really long gap. of time. And of course, yeah, this code isn't the most efficient code. This is just like 90% efficiency. Maybe like if you find another tutorial, you will eventually like find a faster way to code this, or maybe even simple, or maybe more faster. I actually just show the code that mostly like every developer will do if the game is just simple, just that. And the last one is this code is 100% original. It's not copyrighted like I copy from other codes. No, I just made it by myself. And then yep, that's it. Actually, I have a quiz session in these presentations to tell to all the students in my classmate, but I think I haven't get the chance yet. So I think I will just skip this part. And then special thanks to Figma for helping me to make these awesome presentations. And second one is thank you to Vincent Wibowo. He's actually my partner in developing a Roblox game. And then special thanks to Roblox for provide a really best game platform that I have ever known. So this is the end of my presentations. Thank you for listening, and I hope games work the best. Bye bye.